So it's been a couple of days now since my last video where we discussed the recent clips from Deadlock pro player and streamer Lomain talking about the test server leaks. Since then, there has been a lot of discussion in the community about what is truly going to be coming to the game with this next major update. How big is this update? Will we get new heroes? Is PvE coming soon? These are all questions I've seen recently. While yesterday, a majority of these conversations were taking place between players and an individual some of you may recognize, a former Deadlock leaker known as Hessie. And Hessie answered a few of the top questions from the community, and also shared what exactly she knows when it comes to future Deadlock content. So whether you're a new or longtime Deadlock player and want to stay up to date with all the Deadlock news, make sure to subscribe to the channel as this is the #1 place for Deadlock news and updates. So to start off, Hessie put out this tweet addressing the next major update and her status as a leaker. She says that I understand players are fiending for new information, but I don't know enough to be considered a verifiable source anymore, so please don't attach my name to being a leaker. This is all public info that Yoshi has already said. And she attached the image of the Yoshi Discord message from June 30th where he talks about the next major update and the item focused update. Before I go over all of the conversations that took place on Hessie's Twitter yesterday, I want to once again clarify that all of these leaks and information should be taken with a grain of salt, as none of this information is confirmed and is purely speculation. So now let's jump into the conversation, and it started with this tweet from Sleep, who said that the Deadlock leak scene is washed. And Hessie responded and said that it's surprisingly not washed, it's just that we leaked all the info already. They haven't updated much, it's all the same info except more polished. Nobody has screenshots because everybody is too scared to get them. Sleep then responded to this, saying that a single screenshot would make people explode. Hessie then responded back, saying that she has one, but she can't release it yet. This initial tweet from Sleep and the response from Hessie then triggered a lot of people to just start asking questions about the next major update. Someone asked Hessie a question about PvE, saying that they haven't seen her or Fish Nitro mention anything about PvE, and that's making them assume that it doesn't actually exist. Hessie responded and said that as far as they know, it's real, and they just don't know when it's releasing or how far along it is. And this next question that someone asked was about new heroes. Hessie responded and said that there's no new heroes as far as we are aware. This next patch is an item patch plus content update, like remodels, map stuff, and jungle stuff. Another person known as PopCap wanted some clarification, asking if it's hero reworks or just remodels. And Hessie gave an interesting answer in reply, just saying yes. So in my opinion, just based on how long we've been waiting for this update, I think it's safe to assume that we will be getting some hero reworks as well as hero remodels. Staying on the topic of new heroes, Abel said that they thought Lomain mentioned new heroes. So they thought that the other day Fish Nitro name dropping a hero named Willow was actually the new name for an old scrapped hero named Druid. Hessie responded saying that she agrees, but I don't think that it's releasing right now. I'm sure there are heroes in development as they have a team working on everything, but I can't imagine that's what they want to release for this next update. And then this person named Aiden said, is the next update not meant to be the big/open beta update that everyone has been anticipating? What you've mentioned seems like less content than the Old Gods and New Blood update, which doesn't really make sense given the time frame and the amount of version changes. Hessie replied saying no, this is just a large content patch like an art pass and a few new items. This makes it sound like it's not a lot. It is a lot of content, a very, very large patch, and the game will fundamentally run differently and look different, but it's a different type of patch. There has also been a lot of talk recently about how Valve plans to monetize Deadlock in the future, whether they will decide to sell skins in an item shop or go the route of loot boxes like some of their other titles, or even add a battle pass system to Deadlock. Most of this conversation was sparked by a tweet from Deadlock Project 8, but we will discuss more of that later in the video. Salad says that they don't understand why people are excited for Deadlock to get cosmetics. It's going to be crates that you'll pay $2.50 to unlock. Hessie replied and said that Valve might not even do Steam Marketplace selling with Deadlock. We know that they're going to do a battle pass. They're the creators of the battle pass system. And we know that they're going to have a normal rotating like shop. Loot boxes are very likely not coming. She even followed up and clarified that Dota 2 invented the Battle Pass system. Fortnite just made it massive, but Dota 2 was the original. And she is totally correct. One of the first known examples of a Battle Pass concept was seen in Dota 2 during an event that surrounded the International 2013. Other games that had Battle Pass systems after 2013 more than likely based it off of Dota 2's system. If you ended up missing all of the leaks about a Deadlock item shop and skin system from earlier this week, let me quickly just go over them here. So Deadlock Project 8 says that Deadlock will not feature the traditional case opening gambling found in Dota and CS2. Skins will have rarities and there will be a system with hidden gambling elements. There are 2 purchase related options for obtaining skins. The first one is called Battle Pass Storylines, where you can choose your own path and earn skins. You'll be able to start another branch after completing the main one, featuring missions. Each season will open a shop similar to the one in Valorant, which only becomes accessible after you've played at least 5 matches. The shop is divided into 3 sections: bundles, the seasonal shop, and the regular shop. The seasonal shop is essentially the same as the regular shop, except that only seasonal skins can drop in it. After a season ends, the skins go into the regular shop, but seasonal skins have a lower drop rate than the regular ones and cannot be boosted to a 100% drop rate. However, a developer once mentioned an addition to this system, saying that if a skin is popular, the chance of it appearing in the regular shop after the season ends decreases even further. And bundles are a separate category with limited seasonal skins. When the seasonal shop is released, the bundle shop is released as well, but you cannot buy a skin immediately. You have to wait 1 day after the seasonal shop opens. On that day, you can choose which bundle you want to buy, and the next day it becomes available to purchase. To buy the remaining skins from a bundle, you must invest gems. Essentially, Deadlock has no loot boxes. The shop and the reroll system essentially replaces loot boxes and bypasses any anti-gambling legislation. And this information from Deadlock Project 8 dates back to 2025. So it seems like a Deadlock Battle Pass system is pretty inevitable at this point. But these leaks also mention some other ways of acquiring cosmetics, like this reroll system using a currency called gems. But let me know down in the comments, do you want Deadlock to have a traditional monetization model like other popular shooter games with battle passes and an item shop? Or would you actually prefer the standard Valve approach with loot boxes and being able to buy and sell skins on the Steam marketplace? Also, let me know what you think is most likely coming in this next major update: PvE, new heroes, or just map updates and item updates. As I say at the end of all of my videos, Deadlock is going to continue to grow in 2026, so if you want to stay up to date with all the Deadlock news, make sure to subscribe to this channel, and I will be covering all of it in the future. If you made it all the way to the end of the video, just comment Yoshi and let him know that we really need this balance patch before we all go insane. And as always, I'll see you in the next video. Later.